So today I got another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate theory video for you guys. This one's about one of my favorite subjects, Amiibos. First off, before I jump into what exactly Amiibo Theory is, I just want to give a shout out to two people who first introduced me to the theory. XenoWolf over on Discord and Hero of the Sages, who also goes as Mario Bro 1234 on YouTube. Those were the first two people to introduce me to two different aspects of this theory, so I wanted to give credit where credit's due. Thanks for telling me about this, you guys. However, to talk about Amiibo Theory, I'm actually going to be highlighting this Reddit post as it really compiles all aspects of the theory very nicely. This was posted by Fatner, and it says, Amiibo Theory, how we might get some new Ultimate characters post-Fighters Pass. Hi everyone, as a big Smash nerd and vivid Amiibo collector, I came up with a little theory based around release schedule of their figures. So like I said, I first heard about this from XenoWolf and Hero of the Sages, so this is something I think a lot of people have came to the same conclusion on. It's just something that's going on with the Amiibos that a lot of people could figure out. I've documented this theory right below, as well as an infograph, which portrays everything a little better in my opinion, and they post a link to an image. Along with Smash Ultimate's release, Nintendo launched a new line of Smash Amiibo, which is basically an extension of the older series from the Wii and 3DS era. I assume they meant Wii U era. Featured characters like Snake, Wolf, Ice Climbers, or any newcomer didn't have a Smash Amiibo before, but now thanks to Everyone is Here slogan, they finally have their time to shine. What's really interesting is that there's a pattern of releasing these figures. Nintendo launches waves of 3 characters, 2 months between each release. Every 3 waves, the gap becomes 3 months for a time, starting from December 2018. Important to note that as for now, July 2019, there is a major update to the game at the same month as a wave is released. Let's take a closer look at the schedule with some hypothetical dates for the later waves. Okay, so before this gets a little too complicated, I actually took the infographic that they made and I edited it up a little bit just to explain a really basic aspect of this theory, and then I'll go back and I'll show their original infographic and we can get into a bit more of the complex stuff that's going on with it. Okay, so here is a really basic look at what we know about the Amiibo schedule for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So far, we've gotten all the sets in waves of 3, and we're scheduled to continue to get the sets in waves of 3 going forward. First up, back in December, we got Wolf, Inkling, and Ridley. Then in February, we got Piranha Plant, K. Rool, and Ice Climbers. In April, we got Ken, Young Link, and Daisy. And now we're scheduled this month in July to get Pichu, Isabelle, and Pokemon Trainer. Going forward, we actually know what month the next 6 Amiibos are going to come out in. First up, we have a wave of 3 with Snake, Ivysaur, and Squirtle, and then another wave of 3 with Simon, Chrom, and Incineroar. Now, we've seen the sculpts for Dark Samus and Richter, however, they don't actually have a month associated with them yet, it just says available 2020. So now, of course, besides Dark Samus and Richter, we have the Fighter Pass characters. So we have Joker, Hero, Banjo-Kazooie, and then 2 more mystery characters yet to be revealed. So if we add the Fighter Pass characters to the sets of Amiibo, and we continue with the pattern of getting 3 at a time, it should go Dark Samus, Richter, and Joker, then another set of Hero, Banjo-Kazooie, and whoever the 4th DLC fighter is, and then something kind of strange happens. We have a 5th DLC fighter that should get an Amiibo, however, this would break the consistent pattern of getting 3 Amiibos at a time. So essentially the bare basics of what Amiibo Theory is that in order to continue this pattern of getting 3 Amiibos released at the same time, for the 5th DLC fighter there needs to be at least 2 more Amiibos to come out alongside it. So here is the top of the original infographic that was posted alongside that Reddit post, and it has more information here. Certain things like Wolf, Inkling, and Ridley coming out at the release of the game is pointed out. Piranha Plant, K. Rool, Ice Climbers coming out alongside the release of Piranha Plant is pointed out. Ken, Young Link, Daisy alongside the release of Joker is pointed out. So there's other things that are speculated at here, such as Pichu, Isabelle, and Pokemon Trainer being released at the same time as Hero. After that, it takes a hypothetical stab at what else might release alongside the other waves of Amiibos, such as the release of Banjo, the release of DLC number 4, and the release of DLC number 5. Then it also points out that in order to have all these sets of 3 Amiibos have something to release alongside with them, it points out that 2 more characters would actually fit really well, as that would also fill up the 2 extra Amiibos in order to fit waves of 3 Amiibos each, and it would have something for the last 2 sets of 3 Amiibos to release alongside with. Okay, so while that's some fairly compelling evidence at the possibility of 2 more fighters after the Fighter Pass, considering we have amiibos in sets of 3 coming out, and those sets of amiibos always release alongside something happening with Smash so far, it is just fan-made patterns, and Smash has a history of breaking fan-made patterns. However, this isn't the only place we've actually had hint at 2 more fighters after the Fighter Pass. Right after E3, when Hero and Banjo-Kazooie were revealed, we actually had this strange glitch happen over on the Super Smash Bros. Website that added 4 question marks after Hero and Banjo, pointing towards the possibility of 4 more fighters instead of only 2. This glitch occurred across the board. It happened on the Japanese website, all the different language websites, and on mobile and PC. This was noticed by a lot of people, however, most wrote it off as probably just them updating the website with Hero and Banjo, and they hadn't gotten rid of the 4 question marks that were already up there before they added Hero and Banjo, and it was probably just a strange glitch. However, now with Amiibo Theory pointing towards 2 more fighters being a possibility, it could fit here. Maybe we actually saw something with the website we weren't supposed to see yet. Although this does fit with Amiibo Theory, I will say the website having those 4 question marks is probably more likely to be a glitch, but hey, I figured I'd point it out here anyway. Now here is the bottom of that infographic that goes with that Reddit post, and it has some other possibilities besides more characters that could fit those last 2 amiibos that could continue the pattern of releasing amiibos in sets of 3. Now, one possibility is something that happened with Smash Wii U and 3DS. The last few amiibo to get released, Cloud, Corrin, and Bayonetta, actually had Player 2 costumes and got 2 amiibos each. So it's possible DLC Fighter 4 and DLC Fighter 5 may also get some special extra Player 2 amiibos at the end of this whole amiibo cycle. It's also possible DLC characters we've already seen with alternate costumes could get those as amiibos as well. Both Hero and Joker have alternate costumes that are very different from their main form and could get their own amiibos in the same way Cloud, Corrin, and Bayonetta did for Smash Wii U and 3DS. The strangest thing there is that Hero actually has 3 alts that would all work really well for getting their own amiibos, and it's a question of which one they'd actually pick if Hero was only getting 1 extra alt amiibo. It's also possible, of course, that every single one of the DLC characters will have some sort of alternate costume that would work well as its own amiibo, and maybe we'll get a whole bunch of alternate costume amiibos. Maybe Hero will get one for each of its alts, maybe Joker will get one for his alt, maybe Banjo-Kazooie will have some alt, and then DLC Fighter 4 and 5 may have 1 or multiple alts, and maybe it'll all work out to release in sets of 3 far past what we're guessing at. Honestly, at this point, who knows? I mean, again, Smash is notorious for breaking patterns, so do the amiibos really need to continue in sets of 3? Not necessarily. Could they fill up those sets of 3 with alternate costumes for just some of the DLC? They could. Could they give alternate costumes to all the DLC and maybe end up with enough for sets of 3 amiibos just to keep amiibos going for a long time? Totally possible. So Amiibo Theory is pretty compelling. It does fit with that website glitch. It is possible we could get 2 more fighters after the DLC Fighter Pass. It's also possible that the pattern will just get broken, or the pattern will continue, but it won't actually mean any more new fighters. So that's basically Amiibo Theory. It's a possibility at 2 extra fighters after the Fighter Pass, but also possibly just a pattern that won't end up meaning anything. Now, there is some other interesting stuff going on with Smash this week. Some people have noticed that ads for Hero have been popping up online, so people are wondering if Hero could potentially be revealed this week. Also, Nintendo of France has a series called Let's Smash, and they release a new episode every Saturday. Last Saturday, they teased the next episode might be about Hero. Also, over in Japan, Game TV YouTube Live is supposedly highlighting Dragon Quest on the 11th. Also, some people have noticed that the Smash YouTube channel has uploaded a new video, which could point to Hero happening again this week. Now, I myself personally haven't heard anything about Hero happening this week, but if I hear something, I'll definitely tell you guys. However, this is a lot of evidence pointing towards Hero probably releasing this week, so yeah, it's definitely a real possibility. Another interesting thing that happened in leaked Nintendo news is that some images of some concept dioramas for what the Super Nintendo world at Universal could look like leaked. So here we can see some interesting images of what looks like a Super Mario world. There's a Mario Kart sign over the Bowser's Castle area. So yeah, this would be really cool if this was actually going to be what the Universal Nintendo Park is going to look like. We also saw some images of what could be a Donkey Kong section of the park, and I had heard there was going to be a Legend of Zelda section as well, but I haven't seen any images of that diorama. Supposedly these Nintendo-themed sections are opening up in Universal Japan first before they head over to the West, so they look pretty cool to me though. I'd be very excited to see these actually in person someday. And then finally, we also got some new Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield news today. I'm not going to go over all the news because there's plenty of places online to just read about, what's been officially announced for that. However, it did confirm Gigantamaxing, which was something that was in that leak. So here is the leak. I'm not going to go over the whole thing again. It's in that video with the long cat Meowth image that I did. But yeah, that's the leak, and we have something else confirmed. It already had the electric Corgi Pokemon going for it and a few other things, but now Gigantamaxing is also confirmed. Since that leak guessed a bunch of stuff already, I was pretty much already on board with it, but yeah, now it's guessed something else. So yeah, that leak is almost certainly 100% real. So what do you guys think about all the stuff I talked about in this video? Do you like the new Nintendo theme park? Do you think Hero's going to happen this week? And what do you guys think about Amiibo Theory? Do you think it's just a pattern that, like so many other fan patterns in the past, will end up being nothing? Or do you think it actually might be pointing to 2 more fighters after the Fighter Pass? Let me know in the comments below. So once again, thank you guys for all the subscribes, all the likes. Really helps out the channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so, or like the video, or leave a comment, whatever you want. Until next time, have a good one.